Hey guys, Mark here from Zerby. Today I want to change things up. I'm not showing you a text conversation. I'm not talking about a theory. I just want to kind of talk from the heart and tell you guys about something that I've been thinking about recently and something that I think needs to have more attention put on it. So just to give a little backstory, one of the members of Zerby found this article on Quora, of all places, of 11 different tips to be successful on OkCupid. It was written anonymously. There's no information about who wrote it, nothing there that reveals it at all, but it was written so incredibly well. But there's one point about that article that I want to talk about, and that is this idea of everything being kind of a numbers game and what failure and rejection is and how to deal with that, because that's something that a lot of dating coaches and dating organizations and websites don't, I feel, project enough. And it's this idea that you get to a certain level, there is no more failure, there is no more rejection, you've just kind of reached the peak, and then it's smooth sailing. And well, that makes sense, because what companies do and what even my company does to a degree is try to sell you an image. And that image is not a bad thing. I mean, that image is what helped make me overcome a lot of the insecurities and fear that I had. So I'm thankful for that. But it's just that, it's just an image. It's an image of this guy who gets everything he wants, who has rock solid confidence, who flies through life with no worries and has this, I don't give a fuck mentality. And that's all well and good. But of course, in reality, people have many stresses. Of course, in reality, there are positives and negatives to everything. In fact, myself, working in the previous business that I've worked at and just being in the industry, I've seen kind of the facade of the expert and what the expert's life is actually like. A lot of these guys have lives that is just so inspirational and so incredible. They work their ass off. They are producing videos all of the time. They're reading. They're trying to think of new ways to engage their audience in really productive and helpful ways. They're going to the gym and working out to maintain their body, and they're going out and practicing and talking to people all of the day, and it's just an incredible amount of work. But then you see the other side of it. It's not this glamorous lifestyle where they're living in a mansion, going out and meeting beautiful women. They're working incredibly hard, and most of the time they don't get to enjoy any of the fruits that come of their labor. That's just the reality of it, right? If you have a business, you have a business and you have to work. And unless you're a very small minority of the people in the industry, you're going to be working, not doing much else. There's one guy in particular who I'm not going to say his name, but I worked very closely with him, and he is just one of the warmest, best people that I've ever met in my life, a heart of gold. And he would go out and do boot camps every single weekend and help guys overcome all of their fear. But he would go months, intentionally by the way, go months without dating, seeing, or sleeping with a woman himself, because he's so focused on his career that it's a distraction to him. He would meet women who are like almost perfect for him, and then they would find out about his day job, and then they would leave him and not give him a chance. And he wasn't, to this day, as far as I know, he has never had an actual relationship, right? Like a loving, long-term relationship. So the guys that he's training, a lot of those guys have. Some of those guys have been married and have had very enriching relationships. So it just comes with the territory that nothing is ever black and white. And a lot of the guys in the industry put so much effort and energy to helping people, including me. I was helped by a lot of these guys in a really radically positive way, and I hope to kind of do the same with some of the guys who watch Zerby. But at the same time, kind of the negative of that is there's this misunderstanding that I see a lot of guys have that, I want to drop out of school and only do dating, right? Or I want to become the next big coach. And it becomes about this lifestyle, this Las Vegas Hollywood lifestyle that was painted to us by Neil Strauss in The Game and painted to us by a lot of the big YouTubers, not intentionally to try to hurt anyone or try to mislead, but that's to sell a product, you have to paint the lifestyle that it promises you. But the reality is that lifestyle isn't real, okay? In the sense that you're still gonna have your problems. You're still gonna have your stress. You might have one part of your life figured out, but there's always going to be rejection and there's always gonna be failure. No matter how experienced you are, there's always going to be failure and there's always going to be rejection. And what separates the guys who get success and feel like they are successful in their dating life or really any other aspect of life are only the guys, in my opinion anyway, are only the guys who have accepted the failure and rejection as part of the experience. That's sort of it. Take two guys, right, who if they approach an equal number of girls, they'll get an equal number of dates or phone numbers, right? But one guy has insecurity and he's nervous, so he doesn't go and even try. And the other guy goes out every single day for 5 years. Is this guy inherently better? No. But what this guy has that this guy doesn't, and why this guy is a dating coach and this guy isn't, or whatever, is that this guy has accepted the fact that he is going to be rejected by that laundry list of girls who will never be interested in him. Failure and rejection is part of it. So get rid of these idealized visions of yourself. They're not helpful. Well, that's not true. They are helpful to a degree. They motivate you, but understand that failure and rejection and overcoming that is the key. And that's it. Again, if you go out 5 years, yes, your success rate in terms of pure numbers will be higher. You will meet more girls who will find you attractive because you're projecting the right thing. But that's not the magic. That just comes with going out enough. The magic is internal. It's accepting the fact that there's rejection. I keep saying it. There's rejection and there's failure. So no matter what stage of life you're in now, no matter you're doing Tinder, online dating, or you're going out and talking to people at bars and clubs, rejection and failure is going to happen no matter how long you're in this. And you might as well start facing it now because it only gets harder as time goes on to face. Face the music and make it happen. Now with that said, this is a very different type of video. I don't plan to do videos like this because I like to focus on tangible things. I think theory has its place, but I really want to show you guys breakdowns and show you guys real Tinder examples and things like that because the nuts and the bolts stuff I think is generally speaking more important because anyone can sit in front of a camera and just talk at you their opinion, but showing you the details I think is a little bit different. But with that said, maybe you found this very helpful. And if you did, let me know in the comments below if you want to see this kind of content in the future where I just kind of shoot the shit, for lack of a better word, with some things I've seen or some kind of feelings that I have with dating or with online dating or with the industry as a whole. Just let me know in the comments below so I know that I'm not wasting your time. But with that said, I will talk with you guys in the next video. Oh, and one more thing. That article that I was talking about, I put it on my blog as written by Anonymous. I wish I could give credit to whoever did that because it's just so amazing. But if you want to see it, you can go to my blog. It is, I'll put it in the link below. You'll be able to read that brilliantly written article by whoever that guy is. And hopefully it'll kind of open your eyes the way that it did for me. Very enjoyable read as well. So with that said, I'll talk with you guys in the next video.